All right. Can we take a timeout on your study? I know you guys are into spec, but I needed you guys to switch gears so that way you guys know what you're doing with ocean acidification. All right. Let me show you the standard. So I have put this on Google Classroom. What was I going to say? I will be doing some proper teaching with ocean acidification next week. So I will teach some content today. I just want to go through what's on Google Classroom so you know what you have to work on. So we have the assessment instructions here. And that just gives you a breakdown on the standard and what we're looking at doing for the ocean acidification. I'm just moving that down so you guys can actually see it on the board properly. Oh, go down. That's good. All right. So these are the instructions here. What you're basically looking at is the process of carbon dioxide that's being added to the air, being mixed into the ocean, which is causing the pH of the ocean to drop and become more acidic. So we're looking at that process there. It is going to be a report where you type up your information. It should be between 2 to 4 pages. About 1,000 words in length. And what I've done is I've given you guys a list of resources that you can use to help you learn the information about the ocean acidification. So this is a research-based topic. So that's the information and the resources. What I want you guys to keep in mind is the other thing that I've provided for you guys is a checklist. And this is the same marking schedule that I will be using for your assessment. So we are just focusing on the achieved list right here. We want to get that done before the end of term, and then you guys can do the merit and excellence over the holidays. If you guys look, the deadline for this is not until the end of term 3. So what I want is end of term 3, your draft of your essay done, because I'm only going to read it once and provide feedback. All right. After I read it and provide feedback, then you have some time to do corrections, and the deadline for the corrections is term 4, week 3. That's basically before you guys go on study leave. So again, I can polish up the mark book. I am happy if you guys want to hand in your drafts earlier, that's fine. But this is the latest possible date that I can take it and make sure I have enough turnaround for you guys to have your feedback and to do corrections. Basically, whatever you hand in as your draft, I want it to be your finished copy because, like I said, I can only read it once to give you that feedback. So you want to basically, if you're aiming for excellence, you have your excellence level done. Because I'm not going to read it again and be like, oh, now you got to do this, now you got to do that. I can only read it like that. So that checklist will help you make sure you have everything for the different levels. And this is the location of where I want you guys to write your report, so that way I can easily access it and give you feedback on it. Obviously, you write your report and you have your reference list. Now, in order to make sure you guys have the achieved, what I want completed by the end of this term is this document here that is the AS 91389, just the achieved. So these are basically scaffolded questions that if you answer these questions, you will meet the requirements for the achieved for this assessment. So that's what I want you guys to keep in mind for that. So you define, what ocean acidification is, the equation, how it impacts marine life, how it impacts New Zealand, how do we solve this problem, and then also the reference list. So if you do this document, you will get achieved. Okay? And that's what I want to make sure we get those through credits. I think that's more or less it. I will, like I said, be doing the proper teaching of this material because I'm mindful some of the content you guys haven't experienced before, like what does equilibrium mean and what is a weak acid. So I will walk us through that next week. I'm going to have to walk through it quite quickly, faster than I normally would like to do that. So I just want to point out that if you guys want it a bit slower or in a bit more detail, I do, or you want to get a head start on it, I do have the chemical processes, which is the ocean acidification material, on my Google site, and I have it already recorded from last year. So if you want, you could always watch that. This is just the assessment overview, which is what I'm talking about right now. And last year we had more time. I split it up into 4 lessons. This year I'm probably only going to maybe do 2 and kind of rush through it a bit. So if you want it with a little bit more time, you have that option. And if you click on the lesson, it's just like all my other lessons. I have a video recording. I have, in this case, I was using PowerPoint back then, and I have like a PDF of the scan note. And I also have resources like videos and things like that. So I'll leave this as is, so you guys can still access those resources, even though I'm teaching it in a different way this year. Cool. All right. So yeah, that is our plan. We have about 15 minutes left, so I want to make sure those that want their feedback back, obviously, for the first go at spec get it, so you know how to study. Okay? Questions, concerns, comments? Why? It's a Friday. I had it at 12:50. Oh no, you're right. 12:40. My mistake. All right, let me quickly hand back your work so you guys know what you need to fix.